interesting that they're already showing like how frequent, and I think this is it's a bad thing if they're gonna do more frequent like this. Like, I hate saying it, but I'm not sure how you haven't played that long. I've played since vanilla. My friends have like mostly played since end of Burning Crusade, end of this time. I'm one of those few players that yeah, I've stuck around since
The beginning.
not quite the beginning. I think I actually joined up around the time of Nexramus, so I'm not too into it. But now that I'm a game dev, it's a bit different, you know, an indie game
Mhm.
dev at top and a game dev. And matter of fact, that's what this video is going to be called. It's going to be called Review of the New Expansion from an Indie Game Dev. I'm recording this. I have it up on screen recording both microphone and your audio, so it gets both sides.
Cool.
Yeah. It's just kind of a good discussion post, you know. Gets us a little bit some information out there. So, like, as far as they've done, it's like in World of Warcraft Original, you were willing to wait months for patches, and I mean months. It would be like between one patch, it was like almost an entire year per patch. It was insane. Maybe not that long, but you get what I'm saying. It felt like a year. You would just have to wait and wait and wait and wait, and all of a sudden content, and then wait and wait and wait and wait. But at the same time, they just their patches were so filled with content that there was always something to do. Even if it was just as simple as a rep grind or something, it was still something to
Something.
do. Yeah. As opposed to now, which there's not much to do. We sit around waiting for what? To get to LFR to get fully epicked out gear. Which, by the way, I think LFR, if anything, they need to make it so LFR drops blue gear. And I know a lot of people will get pissed at me for saying that, but you don't deserve epic quality gear unless you've done something truly epic. It's the point of it being called epic gear.
Yeah, sitting around in your garrison, waiting for a thing to go boop. Hey.
Yeah, and that was honestly Garrisons was it was a good idea, but it was the worst part of this entire expansion. Like, I mean, it's a good idea. Give us something that gives it makes to make our own base and all this stuff. That's cool. But when so much of the content is like focused around
Based
that,
around. Yeah.
yeah, then it's just horrible. Hold on, give me a second. Sorry, I have a little bit of a head cold, so I just blew my nose real quick, turned off the mic and all that stuff. I'm still recording, I just need to do that. I might have to do it again a little bit later, but for right now, we're good. So right now we're looking at 8:55, 5 minutes before they start. Um, I'm half tempted to see if I should watch this on the Blizzard channel or if I should watch this on the World of Warcraft channel, because I mean, like, either one is different. There's a lot of people watching right now with like no chat going on though, which is surprising.
Yeah, I'm
They
watching
don't.
it on the World of Warcraft.
Yeah, but if you look, chat is disabled for this event at the upper right corner. They've actually turned off the chat. So they don't
Mhm.
want any leaks whatsoever. So they're just being like, no, no, you can't talk about it until we start. I'm actually gonna pull up MMO Champion real quick, see if they have anything up going right now.
Mhm.
So they have okay. So on MMO Champion, they have a stream from Twitch with like the actual countdown, 3 minutes 50 seconds, 49.
Mm. Link to the Twitch channel.
Here, it's just on it's on MMO Champion. I'll link it to you through here. Hold on.
Mhm.
Luckily, this won't interrupt the stream or my video because of the fact that it's all just capturing the first monitor, and I put Skype on monitor too.
Cool.
So we should be good to go. So we might just do it here, you know. Because see, Blizzard at Gamescom 2015 on Blizzard.
Okay, the music that's playing right now, it just reminds me of the Jesse Cox stuff.
Kind of, yeah. But you see,
Yeah.
it has the 00, 3 minutes, 3 seconds, 2, 1, 3 minutes, 2 minutes 59 is counting down with us, so.
Oh yeah.
Which, by the way, as far as I was talking about Java, Java is what's powering that. That little banner up there, that entire thing is powered by Java. I'm
Hmm.
sorry, I'm not sure where you heard that people are making that push for CSS, but Java. I talked to my dad about this. My dad is a programmer in the field, and he's all like, almost everything we work with, a majority of it is Java. We'll occasionally see some CSS, but Java is like 90% of what makes up the market.
Yeah.
So for
Well, I know the main companies are trying to more pushing against Flash.
but those are different tool sets that do different things.
True.
So
And
if you look at this webpage right here, Java is the Blizzard Gamescom, and then Flash would be the player. They're two different parts on the same page. Flash is
yeah.
more for video and animation, while Java is more for moving parts.
Honestly, I will tell you this right now. I hate Flash. I hate Flash with a passion. My computer does not like Flash. None of mine do.
That's weird. Mine loves Flash.
No,
Whatever.
I go for HTML5. I turn Flash off by default because it just wreaks havoc on my systems.
Okay. Yeah, well, I suppose to each their own. If people are wondering why Edge is still on my browser, real quick, I actually think it's a good browser, so I'm kind of keeping it. I'm gonna test it once it comes up with its first update, which allows it to get all my like extensions from Chrome and put it onto it. Then I'm gonna just test it out from there. And especially if they fix the full screen bug, oh, that'll be golden. 1 minute. 1 minute, 15 seconds. So, okay. So, any ideas of what it might be?
I'm hoping for an alternate Azeroth.
I doubt they're gonna go alternate Azeroth. Honestly, I think we're either gonna see a South Seas, or judging just by the background and all this stuff, we're gonna see something with Burning Legion. Because, like, if you look at the background of it, the background, all this, like, holy light, which would very much to me seem like either gold or something having to do with like holy magic, which would explain like a big push to bring Legion. Okay, we're in the last 30 seconds. 37, 36.
Don't click the actual thing because
Oh no, I
Twitch
know.
chat is.
Oh no, I'm just watching it on the like from MMO Champion.
Mm,
I'm recording this. I don't care about what they're chatting about, what they're doing there. This is our opinion. Like this is what we're gonna talk about, you know.
yeah.
Okay, 10 seconds. Going full screen. Gamescom has shown off a lot of good stuff this year. I've been so happy with what Microsoft, what Sony's been putting out, and that's fantastic. Let's hope this is as good of content, something that's actually going to make me excited again. Because as a game dev, that's harder to do because I'm more critical about my own games now, and I'm more critical about the industry we work in because I've realized most companies do not care about their games. But then we
They
saw
just.
something like Halo Wars 2 come out, and I'm just like, that's a game franchise I never thought I'd see a sequel to.
I liked Halo
No, I
Wars.
did. I just never thought I'd see a sequel to it, and now they're releasing a sequel to it.
I'm glad of that.
Yeah, me too.
I, I don't have an Xbox One, but I'm glad
Well, now you
for
get an
that.
Xbox One. Like, there's so many reasons to get an Xbox One. The Rare relaunch pack just launched this past week.
Yeah. There's so many reasons. I want to get all the consoles.
Like me.
Uh, yeah, but I don't have the money for it.
Hey, eventually they'll be in the office when we get an office place.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Black screen, show starting. Oh, they're just starting straight with the trailer. They are starting straight with the trailer.
Okay.
Oh, maybe not. Or maybe they are, I don't know. Okay, here we go. Come on, World of Warcraft, do something fantastic. Tons of excited
Hey,
people. That guy has an awesome axe in the front. I don't care. Come on, I want to see gameplay. I want to hear you guys talk about this.
I do like the Draenor music.
Well, yeah, it harken. That cat lady had a GoPro on her head. Or no, not a GoPro. It was a Polaroid camera. I think it's one of the two. I think it could have been either.
All right, welcome and hello to the Blizzard stage at Gamescom in Cologne. We're coming to you live from Germany. And as you can hear, everyone is as excited
Wow, that is a
as
big
they
crowd.
get in this lovely
Like you saw it go all the way like through the convention center, and it's just like
Yeah.
everyone's focused on the stage.
With excitement because in just a few minutes we're gonna reveal the new World of
What are
Warcraft
your thoughts
expansion.
on the subscriptions? Keep on dropping.
The subscriptions
We're
Yeah.
gonna have three
for
members
for
of
other
the World
MMOs.
of
No,
Warcraft
for this,
community
it's
coming
dropped
here
down
on
to
this
like
stage,
7 mil.
revealing the expansion
Oh no, it's
and
like
sharing
5.3. You mean
everything
for the
they
game?
can with us today.
Honestly,
Before all of that is
a
gonna
lot
happen,
of people have
I just
had
wanna
good
make
points on
sure that
this.
we're all up on speed,
That
right?
there's just a
Wanna
lot
know
of
where we stand right now in
it's a
World of
lot of
Warcraft?
lag
That's why we
content. Like if
prepared
you
this
look
video.
right now, the
On the
last time the
surface,
game was
so
stably
far, let's
growing
tell you
was in Wrath of
something.
the Lich King.
A
Then
tiny
Cataclysm came out.
sample of
Everyone
everything
was
that
like,
is
"Oh,
going to
it's a
be next.
rehash. It's a
So
rehash. It's a
what's after
rehash."
that?
And
Let's look
it's
at the
like we're trying to
video.
introduce new things, and they're cool, and we show that people like them, but then people just stop because it's not
The
good
eye of the
content. Here we go.
Horde will prevail, and all that stand against us will die. Storm the portal!
Okay, yep, we've seen this. We've killed these. Well, he's alive, but those guys are all dead.
This was not our destiny.
The people we don't fight.
Well, I mean, we kind of do. I've done this,
I've seen that.
seen this.
You must answer for your
Yep.
crimes, Geralt.
Green Jesus versus Garrosh.
All I did for the Horde.
Yep.
You chose your own destiny. How dare you show your face here, Gul'dan? You men have died for nothing. There is only one choice. I will build a new horde.
There goes Kilrog.
I will forge an unstoppable weapon.
There's Archimond.
Will defy you. Gul'dan failed. Jenna is free!
You don't think it's over?
I fear this is only beginning.
So, okay, if they're doing this, chances are most likely it is actually going to be the Dark Prophet. We're gonna see.
Alright, so that is the story so far.
Woo, we've all played it. We all know. Like, you can see that guy's face. He's like,
Now,
yeah,
what the
I've
big
done
question
it.
is, where do we go next? What is happening next? And I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one curious to that question. And that means we really want to know more, don't we? We do indeed. And who better to ask some question? And then the game that
Did I
we're
not
about
say
to
it's gonna be
start.
30 minutes of
Top 10,
talking?
ladies and gentlemen.
No, you did. You did when we started. When I started. Actually, you did before I started. You was in text, but
Tom, it's always great to see you back. It's not your first Gamescom. You're looking at so many excited faces. How excited are you about this announcement?
No joke. This is really, really exciting. This is amazing.
okay. So here's the question: where the heck is Metzen? Where the heck is
Yeah, I mean, it's an amazing crowd.
The big
That's
people?
what
like he's a
all of
VP?
this.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah, where are the
It
big
really
guys?
is. Now, you can tell the atmosphere here is pretty good, I would say.
Yeah,
It's pretty damn
I'd say
good. How is it in the office? You guys have been working on a secret for such a long time now.
Yeah, we really have. We've been in production on this expansion for quite some time now, and it's always very hard to keep things under wraps and talk about what's happening right now and not really spoil things for the future too much. So it's really exciting for us, really gratifying.
Quite some
to
time.
finally be able to share that with you.
Mm-hmm. Well, they have been working on it for a while,
I
so.
read a lot of suspicions and leaks, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think anyone really hit the nail so far. So that, no one did, and that makes it all the more exciting.
Ooh, that's an
Now,
interesting
you
thought.
guys
If
know
no
so
one
much
hit it
to
on the
get
head,
into the
because there have been a
topic.
lot of different theories.
So what we're going to do is we're going to show you a video that it's really an important connecting point between the end of the storyline of Warlords of Draenor and the next expansion. And so hopefully you guys will really get excited for what that connecting point is.
All right, so let's
Okay,
take a
so
look at
this
it.
is going to be interesting. Let's see where this takes us. That's Gul'dan.
So he's not dead yet.
Nope. And he's with the Dark Titan. Or something.
Very green crystal thing.
A very green crystal thing. Huh.
Of chained up green crystal thing.
Mm-hmm. With something inside of it. Illidan! That's Illidan! No! That's Illidan.
They are not prepared.
He's returned. They actually are bringing him back. That was Illidan. Give me the name, give me the name. No.
It doesn't give the name.
I'm actually having goosebumps right now.
That was Illidan's Storm Rage.
Okay, so
Alright,
tell
let's
me,
talk about what we just saw. This is
why isn't Illidan chained up? Because I'm fairly new at this game.
We killed Illidan. Like, in our timeline, he should not... That form of Illidan... Okay, so I have to go back to Warcraft 3. In Warcraft 3, Illidan's Storm Rage was this Night Elf demon hunter who was obsessed with power to save Azeroth. He was really a good guy, but he just needed power to save the world. So eventually, he took... he believed the demon who told... Or he believed Arthas, who told him that if he found the skull of Gul'dan, then he'll gain all the power he needs. He picked it up, it became part demon. Grew horns, grew wings, he was unstoppable. Eventually, he left for Outlands and took over, basically. Well, at the end of Burning Crusade, he was one of the last fights. We go and kill Illidan. The thing about it is, that was the demon form of Illidan. That form of Illidan should not be alive.
Because Gul'dan is still alive.
No, Gul'dan can be alive. Yeah, no, exactly. Gul'dan's still alive. So, that can't be an alternate reality Illidan. That's Illidan, the one we killed. And we've been asking to bring him back for a while, so it's official he's back. That's huge. This is the official trailer. Okay, quiet time.
On Draenor, old rivals sought to bring Azeroth to its knees. And while the Iron Tide was quelled,
That's Karazhan.
they were but servants of a more ancient foe that has not forgotten our defiance.
It's gonna have to do with the Titans.
The vengeance of the burning shadow has come.
It is the South Seas. But it's a combination between South Seas and Dark Portal. It's interesting. The Broken Isles. It's level 110. Interesting new creatures. New dungeons and raids. Wait. Hold on.
That looks like a palace.
Kind of. New honor system. Artifact weapons. Oh my gosh. No. If we went back, it looked like there was the Emerald Dream.
Desperate hour. We must wield
Did they really?
the power of the enemy.
That's Illidan. Demon Hunter is a hero class.
Oh,
For we
No, what's
stand
interesting.
once more
Oh my gosh.
on the brink of destruction.
Hold on. This is where it's gonna get interesting. We have to wait here. Yep.
The Burning Legion has returned.
World of Warcraft, give me the name. Legion. Well played, Well played, Blizzards. Well played. I'm gonna resub.
All right.
I.
World of Warcraft
Dear God.
Legion.
Look at the shirt.
The next chapter in the saga of the World of Warcraft. So,
Now you want that shirt.
what we have for you next
Oh, I'll buy
is
it.
actually going to be a presentation by both myself and a couple of my other colleagues to go into more depth on the content and the features. So hopefully you guys will learn a lot more about the expansion.
Okay, so let's get this here.
Let me introduce my colleagues. First up, we have Alex Afraziabi, our creative director.
So was Jaina really just a setup for Legion?
No, maybe, possible, considering Gul'dan and friggin'
Alex was one of
Illidan.
our very first quest designers, and he was actually the very first lead quest designer ever to exist on the World of Warcraft team. He's driven a huge part of our story development for the last dozen years. So, Alex. Next up, we have Ian Hazakostas, lead game designer.
Oh my fucking god. The
So,
quality
lead
on that
designer,
is
he's responsible
fantastic.
For a lot of things. Most recently, you guys may be aware that he's been responsible for our boss encounters for both dungeons and raids for many, many years now, several expansions. In addition, he's been responsible for class design and other sorts of systems. So, really a huge, huge factor in the last, 7 or 8 years of World of Warcraft. Ian. All right, so
He just took a
to get
picture.
to the point. We're first going to be talking about story,
Quit
a
making
little bit more insight
selfies.
into the events.
No, he was thinking of the crowd. It wasn't selfieing.
What you see on the screen
Okay.
right here is actually a teaser still shot from the introductory cinematic that will be revealed at a later date, coming relatively soon. So, eat it up. Right there.
Soon,
clearly,
Blizzard trademark.
significant characters involved. We'll also be talking about setting. As mentioned in the video, the Broken Isles,
Thaldanash,
continent,
Surmar,
an experience before, but it's
Azsuna,
roots back in Warcraft 3.
High Mountains,
More insight
Stormheim,
into the zones,
Volshara,
the inhabitants of those zones, and what happens.
Dalaran.
We'll also be talking about.
Did you notice that?
We've got to have dungeons.
I see
Dragons.
Dalaran, yeah.
We'll be talking about those artifact weapons you saw about. A little concept piece there from our team.
That's Frostmourne on the far left.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be talking about demon hunters, of course.
That's a
So
Bloodless Demon Hunter.
So artifact weapons, the highest weapons you can get.
PvP honor system. We'll be going
Probably.
into detail on exactly what that is and how it works.
There's a new PvP honor system. That's
We're
cool.
gonna hand it off to Alex to talk about our story and setting.
Tom. Well, well. Hello, Gamescom.
I can't believe they pulled me back
I
in.
am honored to be standing before you today to be talking about our new expansion.
You were not prepared.
One thing,
No, I wasn't.
I am not Chris Metzen. I'm a little taller, my nose is bigger. That's how they tell us apart at work. All right, let's get to it. So Legion takes place on the Broken Isles. This
Acarus.
is a land at the heart of Azeroth that is long forgotten.
The South Seas.
10,000 years ago, before the Great Sundering, this whole area was a vast, bustling night elf civilization. And what we have now, after the world was destroyed, is the bones of that civilization. So this continent, in its entirety, is a graveyard of sorts. And it's on this continent that we will discover the tomb of Sargeras.
Oh dear.
That's right. Some old school War.
Oh my gosh, that's Warcraft 3. That's where Gul'dan died in Warcraft
Now,
3.
the tomb
Well, Warcraft 2, but yeah.
is an active gateway to endless Legion worlds, thanks to Gul'dan. A demonic invasion bigger than the War of the Ancients is currently underway. Let me repeat this. This is the biggest demonic invasion of Azeroth ever. And what are we going to do about it? We're gonna sit around. We're gonna fight. That's right, because that's what we do. And to do that, we're gonna track down the source of this invasion at the Broken Shore and take the fight directly to Gul'dan and his demonic armies. And after a glorious battle at the Tomb of Sargeras, our story will begin. So this whole thing will actually start before the expansion even officially launches.
Oh,
The story
no,
will
this is
begin.
important. This is important.
Shore experience. Someone's happy. The Broken Shore experience is like the Assault on the Dark Portal for Warlords, but structured completely differently to help tell the story a little bit better. And I think one of the things that's going to happen after this experience is every single person in this room that has played WoW in the last 5 to 10 years is going to be really, really surprised and shocked. 100% sure on that one. Is that right? I'm sure I'll get a lot of hate from Twitter on that. Okay, so let's get into it. Once the dust settles, after the Broken Shore, we will wake up to a world on fire and probably a massive headache. But we're not going to let a headache stop us from saving our world.
The Ashbringer and Doomhammer. The two most powerful weapons in the entire game.
Yes,
Currently.
we will wield, we will hoist up the fabled artifacts of those we have lost and those that have lost hope. And we will attempt to restore peace to a world on the brink of annihilation. And to help do that, we'll form class orders, powerful class orders, or renew old ones, like the Silver Hand. This is a combination of extremely super exciting features.
See, that's super interesting that they're putting Doomhammer in, because that means Thrall is fighting.
Shortly, but it's amazing, guys.
Which is interesting, because he's been at the forefront for a
How are we
while.
feeling about those demon hunters, guys?
Oh, so this is I want more information on. Can we only be these races? Because only elves were demon hunters. Hold on.
Sorry, I can't hear you. I was getting water. How about those demon hunters? Good? We're going to need all the help we can get to fight the Burning Legion. And who better than demon hunters? I mean, it's in their name. But to do that properly for us, we need to establish context. Because guys, the last time we faced demon hunters at all, they all wanted to kill us, mostly. And after this, they may still want to kill us a little bit. So, we will
Kind of
see
true.
through Illidan's eyes the story of the demon hunters, the Illidari. We will go back to the moment during the siege of the Black Temple where we see Illidan send his demon hunter Illidari back on a special mission. So, anyone play Burning Crusade in here?
Yep.
Yeah! So you guys remember, back in the Burning Crusade, when we were running up the Black Temple in the halls, and we were all excited to go take out Illidan, and we're praying for Warglaives to drop. Well, Illidan had other things going on in the background, like sending his best, most elite demon hunters on a suicide mission. So we'll go through their past into the shattered demonic prison world of Mardum.
Ooh.
This is the world that Sargeras created when he was a good Titan to hold all of the demons that he captured in the entirety of the universes.
This is interesting.
And when Sargeras went bad, this is the world he shattered and released what would become the Burning Legion. We'll go there. And we'll come into the present, where we will go through the secret halls of the Vault of the Wardens. And when all is said and done, we will learn what it means to be a demon hunter and understand the true meaning of sacrifice.
That's super interesting looking.
We'll turn into awesome metamorphosized demon hunters. Tom's going to talk on that later. But guys, this is Warcraft. And I did say that this was the biggest Legion invasion.
That's the Titans. The middle one's Sargeras.
So I don't know if artifacts and demon hunters are going to be enough. We're going to have to turn to the big guy in the sky, or big guys and gals in the sky. And I'm talking about the Titans. Yes! No, well. We're going to scour the Broken Isles for the Pillars of Creation. These are Titan relics that were used to shape the world when it was young, when it was first born. And it's only with these relics that we can actually close this massive gateway, this wound at the heart of the Tomb of Sargeras. Now, speaking of help, Dalaran and the mages of the Kirin Tor, now led by Khadgar, will also be joining us. And that means Dalaran is going to be coming to the Broken Isles and becoming a main hub for players for this expansion.
Neutral hub city. I'm good with that.
Love for Dalaran.
Especially since Dalaran was like the best city they ever made.
Now,
So, question: how does Dalaran get there? Does it just move
It's a
around?
floating city.
pissed off.
The
Oh.
city flies.
Okay.
Now, let's
Like-
talk about some zones in no particular order. Our quest to defeat the Burning Legion goes to Val'Sharah. Once the pinnacle of druidism on Azeroth, now a forgotten druid refuge on the Broken Isles.
Okay.
This is the place, guys, that Malfurion became the first druid under Cenarius. So this whole
Those
area
3
is
pictures alone.
really rich lore.
They bring up
Especially if
a
you're
lot,
a
'cause
fan of Night Elven
there's
druid
huge.
lore, it's all here for you.
The zones look so
Here,
different.
Xavius, the Nightmare Lord,
They're supposed to.
is-
They're untouched by man. They're only touched by Night Elf.
And what are they trying to do? What does Xavius always try to do? He's trying to unleash the Emerald Nightmare into our world. So
Ooh.
along the way, we'll meet up with demigods, like Cenarius, and aspects,
Emerald Nightmare.
probably Ysera,
Yep.
definitely Ysera,
You were right. The Emerald Dream.
all to help us
Uh-huh.
fight back the nightmare.
Thought it
We'll
was.
also enter the city and fortress of Black Recall. So if you know your lore, you should be pretty stoked. Nia's going to show you some awesome
Whoa.
stuff there later too.
Hold on, you see Black Recall?
But
Oh
if we can't
shit.
fight back Xavius and stop the nightmare from coming into our world, it's pointless. Pillar or no pillar, we can't beat the Legion. So what are we going to do? We're going into the Emerald Nightmare.
Yep.
We're going to dispense some justice.
Yep. Okay.
And while
I'm already
we're
stoked.
there,
It reminds me of that conversation a couple weeks back that we all had. All these ideas you were talking about.
That they couldn't do, and yet they're doing them.
all right,
I
on to Stormheim.
see now this looks more human-like, right?
In Stormheim, we're going to uncover
Mhm.
the fate of Vrykul that left Northrend thousands of years ago. in
Because
search of the
Vrykul
Holy
lived
Land.
there. I'm sure I saw their model.
And Helheim, home to 2 Titan keepers that have been warring for thousands of years. We'll also learn of the origins of the Valkyr and the Kvaldir as we ride the massive ship of souls, the Naglfar, into the maw of hell.
This
And
is
all the
so
while, while
big.
this is going on, we'll be fighting the Vrykul's God King and his minions, who are now pawns of burning.
So now I'm just kind of wondering, was,
Stormheim's
like you said, was Warlords just kind of a setup for this?
It was just a filler.
Azuna.
A filler setup.
So you know what
It
I'm
was
talking
the
about,
precursor.
what this
No,
is.
seriously, like this is giant.
Because they made us that Warlords ended with him tossing Gul'dan out.
Yeah.
We weren't gonna kill him, so they already had that plan. They've had this plan for
Years.
Probably
Like,
since before Mr. Pandaria and
Special.
Cataclysm, maybe?
no, I would think like maybe after Mists.
Here we'll discover
Like they wanted to get people excited again, so they brought in the
a dying
the
breed
Iron
of
Horde, the
dragon
Horde's coming
type,
back, and now they're throwing you
the
this.
Nightfallen, exiled royalty from Suramar that have been left to die outside the protected walls of their city.
I have never been proven so wrong and been so happy for it as a game developer.
Someone named Queen Ajara and her minions for control of the
Because you were essentially saying they
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
would.
overall pretty epic experience. Moving on.
He just talked about Queen Azara.
I'm out. I'm out. At the highest point
Who's that?
of the Broken Isles.
The original Queen of the High Elves. She's only experienced once in game right now in an expansion, in like basically one single fight in a dungeon where you fight her as a night elf.
The keepers of
It's one of the time traveling ones from the end of Cataclysm. She is the Queen of the Naga.
High Mountain's rough terrain. Rough, tough, it'll kill you. Which is why only the biggest and strongest creatures of the Broken Isles live up here.
The Tauren.
Like the Drogbar. And we're gonna have to kill a lot of Drogbar to save this world. And while we're there, we're gonna visit the lair of the Earth Warder, Neltharion.
Drogbar?
Seek some answers, and hopefully
Hold
get
on.
some answers. For those of you that don't know, Neltharion, during the War of the Ancients, became Deathwing. You know, that guy knows. Became Deathwing. And then during Cataclysm, he just became dead. And so, we don't have him to worry about anymore, but we have other things. While we're up here, we may also run into some other friends. This is a big area. There's big game. There's a big hunt. Nessingwary is going to be close by.
Yep.
A lot of Nessingwary love. And lastly for today, guys, I'm going to hit on Suramar. At the heart of Suramar, we will discover a new race of elves. Made off of an old race of elves. These elves have lived here for the last 10,000 years and flourished from the use or abuse of their incredible magical ability.
High Elves.
Unfortunately, they have become pawns of the Burning Legion as well. More bad news, they have the last relic that we need. So what that means is
We're gonna kill the High
we'll
Elves.
have to kill every single one of them, plus all of the elite Legion guards that guard their city, and probably Gul'dan to secure that last relic. I didn't say it was going to be easy. One last thing before I hand it off to Ian. I want to head off one question. I know there will be thousands of them after this presentation is over, but one question. This is a question that we have been asked at every single BlizzCon since the inception of BlizzCon. And I'm happy to announce it here at Gamescom. What about Valeria and Turalian?
No! No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
Their time is here.
What's this?
Thank you.
They are heroes that have been missing in action since Warcraft 2. A High Elf and a human lovers.
Thank you, Alex, for that great introduction.
They're people we've been wanting for ages.
And I want to
There's
talk
a
bit
statue
about
to them in
artifacts
Stormwind.
and class orders that you saw in the intro video, and then we'll move on to talk about dungeons and raids. So, artifacts. Weapons, obviously, but what are they?
In other words,
So,
they just pretty much answered everything you had.
the greatest single threat to
The fight,
world.
to fight the greatest foe, you must wield the greatest weapons. 36 artifacts, one for each specialization. That's awesome.
Ooh.
So we know the Ashbringer, we know Doomhammer. I'm guessing Frostmourne because I saw it.
Every single specialization in the game is going to have their own artifact to seek out and to wield and to use.
Come on, Warlock artifacts.
Depending on your class and your
Just
spell,
don't give me
you'll
golden
have
freaking
the way
staff.
you're operating,
It's probably gonna be that.
what you're interacting with in terms of the system.
Like, he's the most powerful warlock in the world.
Yeah.
So look, retrieve shards of Frostmourne from the base of Ice Crown, delve into the sealed tomb of the ancient Vrykul king, venture to the broken shore where heroes fell.
Follow your destiny and heed that calling to take up this ultimate weapon. And that experience is going to vary depending on what class and what spec you play. So,
Now,
for example, if you're
that right there is what's going to get me to play this. The fact that we can retrieve Frostmourne. The fact that we can wield the Doom Hammer. Oh,
And they are super class, no, spec specific.
Legends of an ancient Vrykul king who was buried with a sword and shield forged from the scales of the dragon Neltharion, who later went on to become Deathwing. You will delve into his tomb and overcome the ancient curses that lay there in order to wield those weapons for yourself. If you're a Frost Death Knight, well, what is the ultimate Frost Death Knight weapon? Frostmourne, right? Well, Frostmourne was shattered. But the first thing you're going to do is go to Ice Crown Citadel, find and seek out the shards of the weapon where they lay after the fateful encounter with the Lich King at the end of Wrath of the Lich King. You will take those shards up and you will reforge them into a pair of rune blades that are the ultimate Frost Death Knight weapons. So these artifacts, they are your true companions.
each artifact weapon power-up is an extension of your own. Each artifact power is your adventure. Spend artifact power to unlock traits, customize your weapon, choose your path to greatness.
Level up, you gain experience.
That's awesome.
No, that's 10 out of 10. I'm good.
Now, now will it level up with you? Like if the
Weapons
level
power is
cap-
an extension of your own. Yes. I'm unless they they might change it in the next expansion or something, but I mean like for right now, yes.
Will contribute to leveling up your artifact. Now this artifact power that you earn, what do you do with it? Well, you're going to spend it to unlock traits that empower your weapon and empower your own character. In addition, you can also have a number of visual customizations that you'll be able to unlock and explore.
Which we saw with the we saw that. It was in the trailer. Like you saw like the Lashbringer and he's just changing its form. It's like there's an energy blade form.
And you choose your path to greatness. Now let's get into the system a little bit more.
So say here we go.
This is a quick screenshot of the UI for Ashbringer. Now each artifact has a trait tree like this. It's kind of a grid that is overlaid on the outline of the weapon.
Oh
itself.
snap, that
And
talent.
as you
Holy
earn
shit.
artifact power, you can spend them to unlock these traits.
Yeah, I just got a Templar's Verdict twice.
Adjacent nodes
Ugh.
unlock and become
Like as a red paladin, you just spam that.
and ultimately you choose what you want to work towards.
Which, to everyone at home, I know you have to have 3 holy power, but it's not that hard to get 3 fucking holy power.
And at the far ends of the trees are major impactful abilities, such as the one we see on the screen here. This is something that will essentially cause your Ashbringer to duplicate some of your
Now,
most powerful
which
abilities.
paladin spec is Ashbringer for?
Retribution.
The Frost Death Knights.
Templar's Verdict is a retribution only ability.
Silhouette to the weapons, and therefore
Icebringer and Soul
outlines the
Reaper.
grid.
These are the swords they were talking about.
Same general concept. You begin
Raise ally now restores all health and mana upon death. The Death Knight now has the option to raise himself. Oh!
Some of these are going to be soul damaging.
You can't kill me!
Others are things that transform your rotation. Others
Man,
are
it had to be
ability,
Frost.
like the one we see here, that allows
Dang
them to
it.
basically use raise ally on themselves to resurrect themselves. in the
Now
game.
you're gonna have to make Frost Death Knight.
I have a Death Knight. I'll just have to spec him into Frost.
This was
So here you go.
something
This is
that
the this is the
flashed
look. Look,
by
see?
quickly
You can change the
in
color and everything.
trailer earlier.
And there's like, look at the difference of the blade. It's
In
changed.
the menu here, this Ashbringer, you can also a number of different variants on Ashbringer.
Corrupted.
You understand that in a world where many red paladins will wield Ashbringer, it's important to really be able to feel unique and like your expression is like your weapon is an expression of the character that you want to play, of the things that you value, and of your accomplishments in the world. So these different looks to the weapon are things that you will be able to unlock through a wide variety of means. Some of them simply by leveling up your weapon, others by completing specific activities, whether they be raiding or PvP oriented, or more completionist things in the world as a whole. And within each of these looks, there's also a large number of color variants.
I wish they would show us them all, because I want to see them all.
Have your artifact look. Now with Ashbringer, what we generally did, and what we've done with all of the artifacts, is you get the base weapon that looks like the sword you know and love, that you've always seen in
The Ashbringer.
Forge Ring's hand. It's the Ashbringer. Then there's sort of an evolved, upgraded version of it that once you reach a certain level of power with your weapon, you'll be
The
able to
Purified.
unlock. But then we gave our artists the challenge of really just going off in exciting new, different directions with these weapons, of trying to reimagine the fantasy of the sword, and that led us to things like an Ashbringer.
In other words, they told the artist, go ham.
or a corrupted shadowy Ashbringer, or one that is shattered
and being held together by crackling lightning. All of these have the basic silhouette of the weapon we know, but they have a very, very different feel ultimately, and there'll be things for you to work towards and use as an expression of the character you want to play.
That's fantastic.
So
Good
I
job,
know I've talked
Blizzard.
a lot about Ashbringer. Let's look at some other weapons. So, if you're a Mistweaver monk, your adventure will begin by returning to Pandaria.
Shaylin, Staff of the
to
Mist.
seek out the staff of the Emperor Shao Hao, who
That's
is
cool.
really integral to the
So,
development
Mistweaver
of
monk.
the continent of Pandaria.
You can see there's the
If you're
Shaw
on the far
variant,
left,
there's the
you see
Crane
the base
variant.
weapon that you'll initially acquire, then an upgraded version of it. But then we've reimagined that staff in the, with the inspiration drawn from the various animal gods of Pandaria, whether it's Yulan, the jade serpent in the center, or Chi-Ji, the red crane on the far right, or a Shah-influenced, Shah-corrupted staff, second from the right in between those two. Those are all things to work towards, and again, you can kind of pick the look that you want, pick the thing that excites you most to be able to show off. Ashbringer.
There it is. Aww, I'm sad now.
What?
The corrupted form, I was hoping it would be the
can't
original
say
corrupted
enough
Ashbringer.
about the amazing art and the work that our artists have done on these weapons. They
It
Which
still
is-
looks great, but I mean, it's not as
yeah,
cool
the
as I was
base
hoping.
Ashbringer, the holy version, and then fiery, shadowy, and lightning. Large variants, but they all have that essence that
So,
says this is Ashbringer.
in World of Warcraft, if you go through the Death Knight starting area, you'll see
Next
the
up,
original
another
corrupted
one from Indy.
Ashbringer.
So Philomilorn, this was actually a spell sword wielded by Mage Kael'thas. Kael'thas used this in his battle against the Lich King at Icecrown Citadel, and the sword was lost there.
This is
So if you play
Kael'thas'
a
sword.
Fire Mage, you will begin the expansion by seeking out that blade. And
If I was
take
playing a
it up,
Blood Elf
this is
Mage,
the
I'd
base
want it.
version on the left. It is, a very Blood Elf origin fire spell blade, an evolved version. But then the fantasy goes in different directions from there. If you want to customize it in a fell direction, or sort of a molten lava direction, or the heavy Titan influenced one on the far right that has a very different feel to it. It's all up to you. The Eagle Spear. So this is something that is new to the lore. It's heavily associated with the High Mountain Tauren. This is basically a fabled weapon of the Tauren tribe in High Mountain that you will seek out. You will track down the powerful creature that claimed the life of its last wielder, defeat that creature, and take this for yourself. The animal inspirations for the spear, you see.
It's a
the base
druid
version
spear?
Is, sort of themed after the eagle. Then in the center we have a wolf theme, a serpent, and a bear on the far right. This weapon will be something that survival hunters can seek out and claim.
Wait, whoa, go back. That was Survival Hunter. Oh, that looks fantastic.
So these are the blades that you will forge from the shattered shards of the greatest Death Knight weapon of all time, Frostmourne. The base version on the left, and then the initial upgraded version second from the left. Now for these weapons, we actually didn't go in such crazy different directions. We didn't do a fiery sword. I mean, they're all kind of, it's a question of what you like most as Death Knight. Do you like skulls, or frost, or more skulls, or different skulls? But they're all different variations on the essence of the
I go for the far right, the one with the dragon.
I'm actually partial to the original form.
This is what comes to mind. That is what your artifact needs to mean to you.
Doomhammer. Upgraded Doomhammer, fell Doomhammer, fire Doomhammer, and I didn't see the last Doomhammer because I
This
went through
weapon
too
will be
fast.
claimed by enhancement
It looks
challenge.
like Naru
So
Dil. Yeah, it's
seek them
like
out.
Draenei
Pair
Doomhammer.
this hammer with a pair in your offhand that is made of pure energy, so that you can dual wield properly.
Oh, their audio
The
just got
base
better.
version,
Oh.
the one we know and love, that we've seen Thrall carrying around for so long, and then various, variants of it. The fell version in the center, a fiery one to the right of that, and then a magical crystalline one on the far right.
Oh,
All the
that's what
essence
happened.
of Doomhammer, but different fantasies to explore.
I'm excited for that one. That looks good.
So, Feral Druids. So, Feral Druids can seek out the fangs of the first Nightsaber. And on the far left here, we see a Druid with the base initial artifact that just claimed it. He's like a level 100 Druid. He's been playing the expansion for
I
an
don't see
hour
any
or two.
different.
In the middle, we see a Druid with the upgraded fangs of the first Nightsaber. He's been playing for much longer, has attained a more powerful artifact. On the far right side, we see a Druid with spectral fangs of the Nightsaber, and it's a totally different look of the weapon. I mean, you can see how awesome the weapon is, right?
Oh, this is
Oh,
hilarious.
right, yeah. I guess you can't really see the weapons on Feral Druids and Guardians. That's a shame. I mean, being able to customize your weapons so much,
You still
and then
there?
not be able to show it off, well, that's unfortunate.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, there we go. Please tell me you saw that. The freaking like what they're doing to the lightsaber form.
No, I didn't.
Okay, so if you're a feral druid or guardian druid, their artifact you get will change your druid form.
So on the left, here we see a druid with
Fangs of the First Lightsaber actually changes what you look like in your freaking in your animal form.
color variations on each of these, and more entirely different models that we just couldn't fit on this slide, but there'll be the same number of variants as every other class has.
That's
So that's
fantastic. Like they showed it off as a joke. Like you can see the 3 druids and they're all the same. I'm like, going, okay, so there's no difference. And then they switched 2 Fangs of the First, and they actually switched it. And it's like, oh, yeah, that's awesome. That's class orders. Alliance and Horde are at each other's throats. Each class bands together to face this. You are their leader. Focus on class identity. Okay, I actually like that. Have like different class identities. This is a good thing for lore perspective, for like gameplay perspective, because it makes it so it's like, even though the Alliance and Horde are at each other's throats, you are trying to lead an order of your class.
And the Alliance and Horde, they're just not going to be able to come together.
Think Garrison, but based on class,
Need to happen to overcome this threat.
right?
So there would be like a
Classes that actually band
a
together.
You would have
warlock class.
a coven of warlocks.
Like the Silver
You'd
Hand,
probably have a coven. You'd have the Silver Hand for paladins. You would have the Death Knights of Acheris for Death Knights.
save the world and to do what needs to be done.
Which, by the way, was important to me because if you noticed on that map, I'm not sure if anyone else saw that, but Acheris I think was on there, which means that the Death Knight Citadel is going to be coming.
I saw it. It was a tiny speck, smaller than Dalaran, but I saw it.
And I'm just sitting there going, whoa, the Death Knight Citadel is going to be there. That's Acheris, the Ebon Hold, which means Knights of the Ebon Blade.
We want you to feel, if you're a warlock, to feel
And they didn't even touch on that.
feel different than being a paladin, because they're about very different things. Even if their goals are the same at the end of the day, which is to defeat the Legion, they're going to go about it in very different ways. They're going to have very different allies. They're going to have very different powers to call upon in the process.
That's awesome.
So the order halls.
I mean,
represent-
Shaman
Essentially-
Conclave overlooking the Maelstrom, Paladin Temple Sanctum beneath Light's Holy Beneath Light's Hope? Oh, Warlock Enclave in a Legion portal world? That's kind of awesome.
Yeah, I was thinking the warlocks are basically using demons to fight demons. So
Yeah.
Something
It's-
like Acheris, the Death Knights are familiar with, the necropolis floating above the plague lands that is only accessible to Death Knights. So, and these will be in
which
locations
is
that
gonna
are
be
tracked
awesome.
So the Shaman Enclave overlooking the Maelstrom, that's pretty awesome. The Paladin Templar Sanctum
found in
underneath the Light's Hope Chapel.
Order Hall
Yep.
and establish it.
I can totally see
The
all of
shamans
those.
will be in a hollowed-out cave overlooking the Maelstrom, at a point where all of the elements come together, where lightning crackles in the sky overhead, and molten earth churns in the middle of a swirling whirlpool. Paladins are going to discover a hidden Templar sanctum beneath Light's Hope Chapel, where they will make their home. Now, warlocks really aren't comfortable unless there's, fellfire raining from the sky, demons all over the place. So the Warlock Order Hall is actually going to be on a Legion portal world.
It's very
where
true.
Only they can
Yeah.
because that's what they do. That's what warlocks are. That's part of being a warlock.
I would have liked it
This
if
is a screenshot of
my
the
garrison
Paladin class order hall.
like changed to where my guards were demon guards.
Video.
See, that would have been awesome. And this is kind of what they're doing though. And they're essentially making garrisons more towards you, like towards
Instead
your
of
character,
just generic.
instead of towards your faction. Yeah. Which I've always thought was a good idea, considering you look at like my favorite armor sets in game are very definitive of their class, not of the environment.
In your order hall, you're going to have champions of your class, of your order.
Yep.
Now, this is an evolution of the Draenor follower system. Whereas in Draenor, you were raising an army, right?
That's actually I like
To
that.
defeat the Iron Hordes,
Like the entire thing here, evolution of the Draenor system, so it's working like you get your faction people, but there's less, so they're more important to you. You're not raising an army. You think Knights of the Round Table, so it's more like a collective company, and then it's supposed to be world integration interaction, so you're probably going to go out with them onto missions.
That would be
That's-
awesome.
Yeah, no, I'm hoping that's what they're doing, because that's a good way to do it, from an actual gameplay perspective.
I hope we can at least keep Vivian. I like Vivian as my
No,
follower.
like, I don't think so unless you're playing mage, because Vivian was a mage.
True.
Many of them may be
True.
established
So now you have to go level a mage. Go do it. Hop online. Go.
They're going to have more customization, but more importantly, more integration with the world. Our idea is how we
I have to send a
want to take
text.
the system forward is not to have your followers or your champions doing things instead of you, but to have them enabling you to do greater deeds and to go out into the world. So maybe they go on a scouting mission and discover a lair that you
Okay.
should go to investigate. Or maybe you send them to a zone that then gives you bonuses when you are adventuring in that zone and completing objectives there. You'll work alongside them and with them,
Okay.
and then compete with you in terms of the rewards that you're getting and that you're seeking out.
I just really don't want them to do more like.
No,
Dude, so-
as they were saying, send them out. They'll find new things to scout, and then you can go out there and scout and get bonuses and all this
So
other
here we go.
nonsense.
Dungeons raids. Hold on. This is important.
So I'm going to start with dungeons.
I just don't want them to pull a Miss Pandaria where it's like this is the end of the expansion again.
Take a minute to
That would be
stress
horrible.
That we feel like we've done dungeons a bit of a disservice. Dungeons are essential. They are at the heart of what makes the MMO experience awesome.
Oh.
Going into a dungeon is going in and cooperating with a small group of your friends to overcome a challenge. And we want to make sure that there are more dungeons in Legion than before, that there is more varied challenges, more replayability, and more of a long-term reason to keep doing dungeons throughout the expansion. We don't want dungeons to be something that you just do for a month at the start and then forget once you've started to do raids. That said, let's talk specifics. So first up, the Halls of Valor. As Alex mentioned, this is one of the level up dungeons that is high up in the clouds over Stormheim. And this is sort of a look at the dungeon itself. This is sort of the look at the grand entrance. This is what you see when you first zone in.
This is fantastic.
The Halls of Valor, very heavily inspired by Valhalla, right? The core Norse Viking fantasy. This is the place where the greatest warriors of the Vrykul.
It's so bright and cheerful. Too
It's
bad we have
supposed
to
to be.
slaughter.
It's Valhalla.
I know. Too bad we're gonna have to slaughter everything in it.
Now, what brings you here is actually, over the course of Stormheim, as you are seeking out the Pillar of Creation from this zone that will help you seal up the Tomb of Sargeras, you are contending with the Legion cooperating leader of the Vrykul, the God King. And as you contend with him and race against him through the zone, both of your paths lead you to this place, which is the ultimate resting location of the Pillar, and you must prove yourself worthy in battle so that you may claim it and not him.
See, we're not killing them. We're proving our worth.
Also in this place,
It's Valhalla.
Okay, test of might. Ah.
Exactly.
now these are not the
Okay.
undead scourge influenced Valkyr that you remember in Northrend. This is the more pure Valkyr, the Shield Maiden, the Warrior of the Light, that is as core a part of the fantasy as the Vrykul themselves. Next, Blackrock Hold. Blackrock Hold is going to be a max level dungeon in Al Shara. This was the ancestral home of Lord Ravencrest.
Kotalos
And
Ravencrest.
this is an elven structure unlike any elven structure.
I'm guessing Warcraft 2, 3.
One.
Military fortress
One.
war against the Legion that was carved out of a single giant piece of stone, basically carved out of the mountain itself to be this impenetrable, unassailable fortress. But a dark shadow has fallen across this place now. So here we see a screenshot of this is sort of the interior main entry hall.
Oh gosh, it's so beautiful.
I think next up, yeah, this is a side hallway. You can see some light streaming in from the windows. Players are going to begin essentially in the basement, in the underground catacombs beneath Blackrock Hold, and work their way from the outside all the way to the very top of the spire, where they will confront the true threat and the evil that is corrupting the castle itself. This is a look from the outside courtyard, looking up at the walls and towers of the complex. This is an elven structure, but again, it's not quite like any elven structure you may have seen before. Next, the Vault of the Wardens. So this is a place that will be very familiar to demon hunters. As a demon hunter, and Tom will tell you
It's a
bit about
warden
this,
maximum security
this
facility.
This
Ooh.
is where you awaken. This was the Warden Maximum Security Facility. Wardens being, those awesome cloaked figures like Maya that you may remember from Burning Crusade. This is where they have kept all of the greatest threats to the world. Demon hunters among them, but also countless other terrifying monsters. And this is the place where the events of that cinematic that you saw before the expansion announcement trailer happened, where Gul'dan found Illidan, where he was encased beneath the vault. Now, what was he up to? What is his plan? What is his purpose? We don't know, but it's a sure bet that it's nothing good, it's nothing that we want to have happen. And so we're going to begin investigating that mystery. We're going to begin hunting down Gul'dan and Illidan in this place. So here we see, this is one of the top levels of the Vault of the Wardens. We see some of the owl symbolism and that crescent half-moon shape that is their characteristic glaive that they wield. We see that prominently throughout this place. Very ornate, but also a place of great darkness and great evil. This is a lower level of the dungeon. You see cells lining the walls where all manner of former inhabitants have been kept. So then, of course, we're going to have more dungeons. So let me talk quickly about some of those.
I have a feeling those are gonna.
Eye of Ajara, Darkheart Thicket, Neltharian's Lair, Helheim, Surmar City, Violet Hold.
With the Naga that have been thwarting your actions every step of the way through the zone.
That last one. Okay, that last one was a dungeon
For some reason, I'm not
in Wrath of the Lich King.
Next up, Darkheart Thicket. This is in Val'Sharah. This is at the foot, the base of the World Tree Saladrasil that towers over the zone as a whole. This is the heart of the nightmare corruption that is infesting and spreading through the zone and which will eventually overtake our world if we don't stop it. So you are cutting your way through dark thickets and brambles into a chamber at the base of the tree itself where you need to rescue Malfurion himself from the corruption and the clutches of the nightmare. Another dungeon is going to be
That's
Neltharian's
interesting.
Lair. Neltharian's Lair, as Alex mentioned, is in High Mountain. This was a cavern where thousands of years ago, the Earth Warder, the Black Dragon Neltharion, lived. This was before he became Deathwing, before his corruption, but he was still the most massive, the most giant of all the dragons. And the space that he's hollowed out reflects that. Since those times, this has become the center of the Drogbar society. These are the sort of rocky, fierce, brutal warriors of High Mountain, and we need to venture into their capital in order to recover the Pillar of Creation wielded by their chieftain. Helheim. Helheim, well, it's sort of in Stormheim, but it's not precisely in Stormheim. This is kind of the polar opposite of the Halls of Valor. Whereas the greatest warriors of the Vrykul ascend to the Halls of Valor, the cursed spirits get on the ship, Niflvar, that leads them to Helheim, where they are cursed for all eternity as Kvaldir. Now, if you like the Grimrail Depot dungeon in Warlords, if you like the idea of riding a train, well, I think you're going to like this one. This is the Ghost Ship of the Damned, and most of the dungeon takes place on this ship, sailing through stormy seas in an immersive environment that's quite unlike anything we've ever seen in a dungeon in WoW before. Really excited to get people to have their eyes on it. Next, Suramar City. This is the City of Night, where the Nightborn rule from their palace, but the city itself contains both catacombs beneath it and noble houses throughout the city, into which we will have to venture in order to uncover the ties to the Legion and the ultimate plan that is unfolding here. And, well, Violet Hold. So Dalaran, of course, is coming with us to the Broken Isles, and that means Violet Hold is coming with it. Now, it turns out there were some mysteries and deep secrets hidden within this place that we never uncovered the first time we were here. And bringing the city in proximity to the Tomb of Sargeras, once it comes to the Broken Isles, it awakens new secrets, new powers, new mysteries in this prison that we have to delve into, explore, and uncover. And we're going to learn a lot more about the origins of Dalaran, the origins of the mages of Dalaran, and actually the origins of the world itself. Raids. So,
The Emerald Nightmare, 7 bosses, Emerald Dream, Twisted and Shadowed, pursue Cenarius, face Xavius. I actually have to look this up, because this is something even I don't know what he looks like. Because I haven't heard that name in forever.
So we're keeping that overall structure. We think that's
I know
great
Cenarius.
content, and that's kind of what we're aiming for, and that's what we want to
Okay,
deliver.
Xavius, Wowpedia.
So the first raid, this is going to be the Emerald Nightmare itself. We have heard from players as long as we can remember. Since
Oh
the
yeah,
first days
first
of
the
World of
satyrs.
Warcraft, that they wanted to see the Emerald Dream. You fought those green dragons that came out of the portals, the 4 green dragons in early WoW, and you just wanted to go through those portals to see what was on the other side, right? Well, now you get to. The Emerald Dream was created by the Titans as a blueprint for Azeroth itself. It was the perfect, untarnished, unspoiled version of our world, verdant and green and full of life. But something has gone horribly wrong here. And the Emerald Dream has descended into corruption, into nightmare. And that threatens to spread into our world and engulf it.
I thought Malfurion fixed that.
Whereas in the dungeon,
I did too.
descend
In
into
the book he did.
For the raid, we're initially
Maybe he just put a
to climb
temporary
up
stop
into
on
the
it.
tree itself and actually cross through the barrier that separates our reality from the reality of the dream. We will go in, root out corruption, seek out scenarios, and ultimately confront Xavius himself at the heart of the nightmare. In this
We were
ultimate
so
conflict
wrong
that
about
will
the
end
six
creation
pack.
of the Emerald
This
Dream.
is so much better than I was even hoping.
Our next raid.
Well, considering most of the stuff you said.
The Nightwell? Face against Gul'dan.
Again, code. This expansion is basically everything you said wasn't gonna happen is happening.
Because I didn't think they could anymore. It's just like they just kind of stopped themselves from doing it. And
To shape their society, to create
Nope.
this Nightwell, a conduit of dark energy that is the center of Suramar's power. This is a 10-boss raid, very traditional, somewhat reminiscent of Black Temple in terms of its layout and structure. You begin in an underground catacomb, essentially a back entry because you can't go through the front gate. Work your way up to some outdoor balconies, royal quarters.
they've been planning this since the Green Fire quest, if not before.
Both the Grand Magistrix and Gul'dan, who has come here as an ambassador of the Legion. We've been chasing
And when
Gul'dan
was the
for a
Green
long
Fire
time,
quest?
since really the beginning of
Mist of
Warlords of
Pandaria.
when we made that fateful mistake of clicking on him and setting him free to begin our Warlords experience. But finally, he's cornered. He's not going to be able to run after this. Gul'dan is the ultimate boss of Suramar Palace Raid. Now, I just wanted to show you a concept.
That looks
So
phenomenal.
that's when you kill Gul'dan.
If you really love orcs and spikes
Ooh.
and fire and fell, this might disappoint you. I know you might have been hoping for yet another raid since you heard Gul'dan. Okay, it's going to be a green orc raid, right? No. This is the Royal Elven City, the Palace of Suramar. They are an elevated, elegant, magical race, magical civilization, and their architecture reflects that. So this is
High
a
elf?
different type of look for a raid
I already
we've
said
seen in
that,
the recent
like,
past,
way
and
earlier.
I can't wait
I know.
to have
You'll see it on YouTube in a few hours.
so you can see it for yourselves. So without further ado, let's hear more about the thing you all want to hear about.
Yep. The thing we've been waiting for years to hear about. 'Cause
Demon Hunter.
Well, everyone wanted this to be a class, a hero class, after the Death
Demon
Knight.
Hunter. Dämonenjäger. Yeah? Let's talk first about character creation. Obviously, character creation is a huge part of building your character and really getting into it, getting a sense for what the character is. So we have a slew of different options for you that are really unique to the Demon Hunter, so that you can really feel like it's properly, expressing the class. So here's a lineup of a variety of different options that we'll have for you. As you can see, one of the kind of features that first jumps out and grabs your eyes is the horns. The Demon Hunters have the ability to have horns, a number of different horn styles, horn types, horn sizes. We'll even have the option to have no horns at all if there's something mentally wrong with you. Of course, we have some other features too. We have the tattoos that you see. A lot of Demon Hunter class-specific armor really kind of exposes those muscles so you can show off your awesome tats. Different types of tattoos, different shapes, different colors, all sorts of good times there.
I just wanted to talk if we can be other races.
Variations, some of them scaly and demonic, others normal. And then finally, we also have the
Probably not.
So you can have the traditional Illidan style eyewear, or you can have a veil, or some other different kinds of looks. So, taking a look at all that and really kind of getting a sense for what that is, let's look at what that looks like on the actual character creation screen.
Here we go. Because this is the biggest thing since Death Knights by far. Oh,
Ooh.
oh, tank. I'm thinking tank.
Again, there you got to get a little glimpse into what it looks like to be a metamorphosized Demon Hunter. So let's take a look at what that is, and let's explore more what the.
I kind of would say I want to play Blood Elf just because of the hooves.
So the Demon Hunter. as
Like,
you
they get
might see in
hooves, the
video,
Night Elves still
is a
have
hero
feet.
class, and
They should
that's-
all have
that
hooves.
means they have a very unique starting experience a lot the same way
Illidan has
that the
hooves
Death Knight did
in
Wrath of the
demon
Lich
form.
King.
No, wait.
So
No, he still has his
the
feet.
Demon Hunter will both have
What?
that unique kind of experience. and
You
also
must be thinking of when he's
high level
changed.
so that you can
Yeah.
immediately flow into the Legion content and not have to go through older content to do that. So the Demon Hunter Awoken. Demon Hunter first comes into our storyline after having been awoken in the Vault of the Wardens. The Wardens, desperate because of the Legion invasions, have thrown the switch to awaken the Demon Hunters, desperate for their help because when you're going to fight the Legion, Demon Hunters might come in handy. It's kind of part of the name, like Alex said.
Yeah.
But before you do that, you'll actually get to take part in the events that take place 10 years back in time at the Black Temple, when you, as a member of the Illidari, are sent off by Illidan on a crucial mission to the world of Mardoon. And so you get to see that little world of Mardoon right here. Take a look at a video that shows that.
Come on, come on. Yep.
So basically, it's the backstory of how you get trapped in there.
Kind of, yeah. Thing is, I think we've already been here during the Warlock's Green Fire quest.
Yeah, I never got to that point.
Well, now's as good a time as any.
So that's a little
They're gonna have a new Green Fire quest, maybe?
No, I'm saying you can still do the Green Fire quest, I think, can't you?
Azeroth.
I thought they made it so that you can't get the Green Fire anymore.
No, you can't get the title. You can still get the Green Fire.
Oh.
You just can't get the title for it.
Alright, so next up we want to talk a little bit about specs and skills. So the
Oh,
Demon Hunter obviously
this is important.
have specs like other classes. And those specs that we're going to be talking about are Havoc and Vengeance. Havoc is the DPS spec, Vengeance being a tanking spec.
Yep.
So for the Demon Hunters, we're actually going to be doing two specs. The reason for that is as we thought about, Demon Hunters and what they might be and what the fantasy of a Demon Hunter is, clearly DPS comes to mind. I mean, we would be remiss if we didn't include DPS. So that's kind of an automatic. We also thought it'd be really cool because metamorphosis is a big part of being a Demon Hunter, and we have these awesome metamorphosized forms that would be great to be a tank. That could be a really fun experience that makes sense with being a Demon Hunter also. Demon Hunter Healer, though, not so much. A little bit weird for us, so felt like that was kind of out of the picture. So at that point, the question becomes, do we do 2 Demon Hunter DPS specs, or do we do 2 tanking specs? And as we really started to flesh out what the ideas for those specs might be, we felt like it was just kind of watering down the identity of the class. So instead, we wanted to concentrate the coolness and really focus on
Interesting.
melee spec, 1 DPS, and 1 tanking spec. So we feel like that's really
And so, with the whole dual specking thing, you essentially get to be a complete demon
Oh, hold on,
hunter.
hold on. Rush forward, dealing damage into path turns Fury, so their Fury.
Spell rush, where you can rush forward, dealing a bunch of damage to anybody in your path. Generates Fury, also demonic Fury. That's your resource. As you use some abilities, they build up demonic Fury, and other abilities cost demonic Fury. Spell rush also has an interesting characteristic of having multiple charges. So you can
What the spectral sight? What?
We have Chaos Strike.
Oh, it's not that broken in this type of game, I guess.
Demonic Fury Spender to do a bunch of damage.
Basically a wall hack, an echo,
But
not
I
a
mean,
thing.
the thing about it is that's already easy to do because you hit V. The only thing it's good for is view stealth, or view stealth and invisible, you know?
Ability called Ivy. Use those cool little eyewear that you have to focus those beams. Zap a bunch of enemies at range. Spectral Sight.
That's the target and any enemies near the target.
Really kind of a defining trait of Demon Hunters. The ability there is when you turn on Spectral Sight, and that's kind of part of why you pulled your eyes out to be a Demon Hunter, is that it gives you the ability to see through walls, so you can see your enemies through the walls. Come in really handy in a lot of battlegrounds. In addition, Vengeful Retreat, another movement ability that helps keep Demon Hunters really mobile. But of course, if a Demon Hunter is going to retreat, he's going to do it vengefully. So first, we've got a couple little videos to show you what some of these abilities look like. First one you're going to see is Fell Rush, just very simple, kind of dash forward. So
More videos, they really have this on.
Yep.
There you go.
Fantastic.
Multiple times in succession, right away, boom, boom. Wants to travel, wants to go through and deal damage. Next up, we have the eye beam ability. Give you a little sense of what that looks like.
Yep.
Zap. And then finally, we have an
Fire
ability
and
that's
blaze.
also unique to Demon Hunters to talk about that I haven't mentioned yet. That ability is something that we call double jump.
What?
So, as a demon hunter, you're actually going to be able to jump
Double jump.
as you're in the air, jump again, because you're more agile, you're quicker than other races or classes, and you know it's really.
This is
cool
the
to be able
rogue
to get over
hero
those
class.
that no other class can actually get over. So let's take a look at what that looks like.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, double jump. So next up, we have a little video that has different combat abilities.
It's a feature.
There to give you a little bit more of a sense of
Class
what
feature,
combat
double
looks like.
jumping. Actually, that's kind of a fun idea. I like that. And he double jumps at the end. I could see myself having a lot of fun with that.
To play Demon Hunters as we are. I know around the office we're all kind of
No more falling in pools of lava. Just double jump.
be a lot of fun.
Get out of the fire! Double jump out!
Talk about the new PvP honor system.
Oh, here we go.
As mentioned in this video, we're doing
Version
a
3.
PvP honor system, calling this version 3.
It's been a while since they changed this.
So to set a little bit of context for that, I want to talk a little bit about the
Like, the last time they changed it was Wrath of the Lich King.
and set the foundation for why it is that we're going to do what we're doing. So let's look back to version 1. So I had the
See? Warcraft 3 Burning Crusade.
ability to honor to be able to do a lot of the design work on the original honor system. And at the time when we first launched it, early in World of Warcraft's lifetime, it was really intended to be something that gave players that wanted PvP something to get excited about and be able to progress in. But it had a couple of critical flaws that led to it being phased out in Burning Crusade. I don't know how many of you played back in the day, the original honor system.
I did.
Yeah. But it was pretty cool for a while.
It was cool because it gave you a title.
Anytime you killed enemy players, you did battlegrounds, captured objectives, that sort of thing, you would gain honor. And at the end of the week, we would tally up all the honor that each player got, and then we would rank them based on.
How did you get
much
dishonor?
they got
Killing
contributed,
weaker players than you?
which
Killing players that were a lower level than you, killing players that were like... There's certain ways you can become dishonorable, but usually was ganking.
incredible amount of time every single
Like,
day
on PvP worlds, just going around and killing noobs.
Yeah.
We had
It was supposed to
players that
discourage you
weren't
from
playing their
doing
own
that.
characters, having
It
to do
didn't,
updates,
but
log in
it
their
was supposed
characters so
to.
they could be the #1 honor character that week. Literally 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, that character had to be in battlegrounds, fighting to retain their rank. And the moment they stopped, even after becoming a high warlord or grand marshal, they started losing their ranks. So that was a little bit too brutal. So in Burning Crusade, we moved to a system that was a lot
Version
simpler.
2.0.
It's also, carried us for a long time from Burning Crusade all the way to Warlords. That system is essentially a currency system, right? You kill enemy players, you get honor from battleground objectives, etc., and you get currency. You then buy stuff with it, buy PvP gear. It introduced the concept of PvP gear, and this kind of gave us one little tuning point for PvP. It meant that we could do set bonuses and alter your character a little bit, but ultimately it was still essentially the same character that you're playing.
Kind of boring, in my
It had
opinion.
a lot of limitations, and it's kind of it's gotten aged. We feel like it's really time to update it and address some of those core issues. For example, we've gotten a lot of feedback that gear has way too much to do with PvP, and so we really want to dial back the effect that gear has. For example, if you look at a character here on the left, you're going to see a character that has the introductory honor gear. Their base item level in this case is only 620. You have a character on the right that has the fully maxed out conquest gear.
Near double
and
strength, near
700%,
double stamina.
80% more powerful, almost twice as powerful. Even when you factor in both of them getting scaled up for PvP. Almost almost twice as powerful as the other player, and that doesn't really feel right in PvP. It's just not that fun to have players running around with that huge of a power disparity. So we felt like we needed a new system that addresses that and really kind of makes sure that while gear can play a role, it plays almost no role in terms of how powerful you are. So that brings us to Honor System version 3.
Legion to forever.
Starts in World of Warcraft Legion, goes on forever. I'm sure we'll never do a version 4. That would be ridiculous.
I like that.
So here's a look at what that is. Essentially what that is a PvP talent system. So as you gain honor, you'll actually progress through honor ranks from honor rank 1 to honor rank 50. And as you progress through those ranks, you earn a number of different perks and bonuses. And the most important ones being these PvP talents that you unlock. These PvP talents are designed completely for PvP. They give us the opportunity that our PvP team has actually been asking for me for a long time to be able to balance PvP more independently of PvE. Because these abilities will only work in places like battlegrounds and arenas.
Interesting.
So as you progress through the honor talent tree, you'll unlock the abilities, starting actually top to bottom. So you can very quickly get up to the maximum power that your character can possibly have in terms of just sheer number of abilities and effects and passives, etc. And as you progress through that tree, you'll then go on and start unlocking the next room. And that gives you some more options to play with on your character. You might prefer mind quickness, versus train of thought talent, for example. And then finally, you unlock it all at level 50.
And then you prestige.
And so, really that brings us to this idea that we want to take a look at what some of these PvP talents could be. Some examples here. Obviously only a few examples, and obviously there's going to be a lot of balancing and tuning and tweaking of these PvP talents as we go through the beta process and all that. So some of these may change significantly, but here are some of the core ideas. For example, this first one, the Abolish Magic talent. We envision that as being a talent for the Discipline Priest, because we think that the Discipline Priest, in order to restore some of the distinction to all the different PvP specs in the game, all the different specs in the game in general, we feel like the thing that Discipline is the best at is dispelling abilities, dispelling magical effects. So here they have this ability on a 20-second cooldown that dispels all magic effects every 2 seconds for 6 seconds. It replaces your dispel magic ability. It's just the best. Another option here. Adaptation. This one is a kind of core anti-crowd control ability, where anytime you're struck by a crowd control effect, you become immune for a little while.
Yeah, do it. You don't have to type, man. You could talk.
We've seen similar sorts of things in other games.
Like, I mean, this is interesting, but it's not as interesting.
We also have.
She is late to this, though. Like, we're already.
I'm telling her.
We're
She
an hour
missed
in.
everything.
We're an hour fucking in. She needs to, call her. Add her to the call, now.
So it gives you a different
Or as soon as possible.
that you already have. Another different example would be initiation. This is one that really helps you open up on characters that have, max XP. I mean, not XP, but HP. They're at full health, so it gives you a boost your crit chance when you first start up on them. We have Mind Quickness, a basic passive, increasing your haste. That gives us kind of a tuning knob for how powerful you can be in.
Okay, so as soon as she's ready, she can rejoin the call.
Strike is another really interesting example, because in the Necrotic Strike example, this is an ability that Death Knights have had in the past that allows them to build up a heal absorb effect that absorbs incoming heals on the enemy target, which is really cool in PvP in a lot of ways, but didn't really have a lot of use for PvE. And in a world where that's just going to jumble up a lot of people's action bars, it feels a lot better to have that kind of thing in a PvP talent system, where those talents that really make sense for PvP can be preserved and have that role in the game, and really feel like they're focused, and we know exactly what they're doing. So that brings us to the next concept, which is prestige. This is a concept that we've seen in other games, obviously like Call of Duty. And the concept here is that if you want to, you can essentially reset your honor level and go through it again. And the reason to do this would be for cosmetic rewards entirely. So if you're the type of person that just wants to be as powerful as possible with all the different PvP options, gameplay options available, you get to honor level 50, you're done, call it a day, have fun, kill a bunch bunch of enemies, upgrade your gear slightly, and have a good time. But if you're the kind of person that really likes the prestige type of rewards, the cosmetic things, then hit the prestige button. Get a little warning dialogue that'll set you back to level 1 of honor rank, and then you go on your way to earning some cosmetic stuff. So, for example, you can earn portrait badges to show how many times your character has prestige.
That's kind of cool. But I mean, like, I wouldn't want to do it just because it's seriously you go weaker every single time you do it.
Yeah.
See, like, if the mount right there, if that's an option, I would totally do it for the mount.
I think that is a mount is one of the options.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, as far as the mount goes, we're good. Unique PvP artifact variants. That's kind of cool. Okay, I can see that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Michelle, you've missed so much. This is insane.
Being sky-clad in my bed, okay? It was wonderful.
So a lot of those those specific looks that Ian was pointing out, we're going to reserve one.
I was being lazy.
And I'm okay that they're reserving one for PvP. That's kind of okay.
So that really summarizes what we're talking
Doomhammer.
Yeah, the fact that you can now wield the Ashbringer, the Doomhammer, Frostmourne in a sense. I mean, it's not quite Frostmourne, but it is Frostmourne.
So with that, we conclude our PowerPoint presentation explaining more about the content and features. I want to thank everybody that's been here. Obviously, this has been a lot of stuff to digest, and want to
Yeah, you've missed like
everything.
Oh my! It just ended. We're just done. It just finished.
And also everybody that's viewing the live stream worldwide right now. Thank you guys.
World of Warcraft Legion. Yeah.
That's much. That's what I figured.
No,
That's what I figured.
No, it isn't. It really is not like what anyone figured. I've seen post after post after post of people's ideas. The fact that the Emerald Nightmare is in here, Stromgarde,
the Southern Seas,
the Southern Seas, all of it in one thing. Demon Hunters are the class that they're showing up. It's only for Night Elves and Blood Elves, but it's a class thing.
No, that doesn't surprise me.
It surprises the shit out of me.
Illidan is back.
Yeah, Illidan's alive.
Yeah, I could see that.
You wake up already.
I am awake. I've been awake. I just didn't want to get out of bed.
Here's the thing. It's the same Illidan we've already killed. It's not like, oh, it's the alternate dimension Illidan. No, it's the same one we've already killed. He's alive. Because he's a demon and we didn't technically kill him. You can't kill a demon except for on their own home worlds.
And then there's a new...
And that wasn't his home world. That was somewhere he was banished.
Exactly.
Right. Okay.
And then there is the kind of the upgraded version of the garrison system,
which actually works a lot better in my opinion. I have okay, so just so you know,
yeah,
I recorded.
I heard they were going to be doing that.
Okay, so they're class order halls, so they're based on your class now instead of your faction. You get less followers, but you don't get items from it anymore. They basically just help you in the zone.
Okay.
So that's pretty awesome. I'm actually on the MMO champion page. I just refreshed. Dalaran's back. It's going to be over in the area where it's a neutral hub. There are now 36 artifacts that are specific weapons that you get for each class. Now here's the thing. These are not leveling artifacts. No. This is like Ashbringer, Frostborn, any weapon. Yeah, any weapon that is legendary from any reason could be it. And there are 36 total. One for each class specialization.
And,
nice.
And you like being Druid, do you not?
Oh yeah, the Druid one is amazing.
Really?
Oh my gosh, the Druid one for if you're cat form or bear form actually changes your form.
Oh, cool.
So it's actually visible. It's not like, oh, it's just an item that doesn't matter for me. No. You actually get to do this.
Druids for the longest time, it was just really a stat buff.
Realistically, that's the thing. Except for the one that changed you into a fire kitty, but I mean, whatever.
Now, the question is if altering the look of the weapon itself will change the look of the animal.
Yes, they showed off 2 different forms. They said that there's multiple forms. There's 5 forms total. And they showed off like one had like long ears and another one was a ghost wolf and it was like okay, or a ghost cat, and it was like okay, that's pretty awesome. So one had more armor on it, but they only showed off 2. The fact that we're going into a high elf civilization, now probably a dark elf civilization. I'm gonna call them dark elves.
Yeah, so pretty much drow.
No, not quite. They are high elves that have now triggered the night well. Think the sun well,
Okay.
but fell energy.
Right.
We're going to be taking on Gul'dan as he goes to fight, or as he goes to the Tomb of Sargeras.
Okay.
Which isn't the actual Titan Sargeras, it's one of his avatars, the sleeping pellies of it. So we're going to have to go protect this now. We're going to be going into the South Seas, like the entire thing. The Demon Hunters, the way they showed off this expansion, there's a new honor system entirely. They're revamping like dungeon. They're going to have more dungeons than they've ever done in an expansion before from the get-go, and they're going to be more important now and harder to do, which is actually kind of amazing. Yeah. I am happily surprised. Oh, we're also going to Azuna to kill Queen Ajara. So we're going to go to Stormhelm, which is where which is basically Valhalla. We're going to go to Azuna, which is where where we'll be racing Queen Ajara. We're going to go into the Emerald Nightmare. We're going to be going into High Mountain, which is where freaking, Neltharion used to freaking live. Nessingway will also be there apparently. And then we're going to Suramar, which has, and this is exactly what their quote is, Suramar has a new race of elves made from an old race of elves. They have lived here for 10,000 years and have flourished due to their magical ability. They have become pawns of the Burning Legion and have the last relic we need. We have to kill them, their guard, and Gul'dan to secure the last relic. Oh, and here's one that I didn't think would ever be addressed. Valeria and Turelian are here.
Weren't they rumored to have disappeared?
They have been disappeared since Warcraft 2. These are characters that people cared about that have been missing since the second rendition of Warcraft. They are here.
Hi.
They announced just flat out, this is a question that we get every year that I'm proud to announce this year, Varelia and Turelian, or Valera and Turelian, however you want to pronounce their names, are here.
So they do live.
They've lived. They live, yeah. I'm like, just go, no, don't link YouTube, just go here. That MMO Champion has all the details. You don't even have to like watch anything. You can actually just scroll down and read everything they talked about. Yeah, so dungeons are essential to an MMO experience, and there should be more of them with reasons to do them for the entire expansion. And they talked about a couple of them, including Violet Hall, Emerald Nightmare, Suramar Palace, Vault of the Wardens, Black Rook Hold, and Halls of Valor. They talked about the class orders and how like the Warlocks will be going to a Legion Portal World, Paladins will be under Light's Hope Chapel. Acaris is apparently moving all the way over there for whatever reason. And there'll be a heavy focus on class identity, so making the classes unique, which is cool. I like that.
Specs.
Oh, and the Demon Hunters double jump.
Double what?
They
double jump. For no reason, apparently. This is the first
Okay.
class that can jump twice. I'm sorry. That's awesome. Also, they can see stealth units and see through walls.
Moose people.
What?
There's moose people.
Yes, there are moose people. But no, I'm just... Oh, Demon Hunters, fun fact, interesting fact, has only 2 specs.
That's random.
No, it's not. They even talked about it.
Demon
Attack
Hunters,
and defense. That's it.
yeah, they have a DPS and a tank spec. Only 2 specs. Demon Hunters healers didn't make sense. 2 DPS or tank specs would water down their identity as a class. So they just focused on what 2 things,
Yeah.
which I kind of like. So there's Vengeance and Havoc. And what's interesting is they're completely. No, what's interesting to me is this one, Demon Hunters seem to be completely unique because skins can be normal, scaly, different colors. Tattoos are another feature for the class, and horns come with different styles. They get horns. You can have horns if you want. You don't have to have horns, they said. You can have scales. You can be all demoned out as a night elf or a blood elf. Only those 2 races.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Alright guys, this is Jason over with an unannounced game company. I'm closing the video, but I hope you guys have liked this look at the new World of Warcraft expansion. As far as the game developer's point of view goes, yeah, I like it. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot of things that are making me interested again, which has been hard to do. Like, I thought, oh, it's going to be a South Seas expansion. Oh, it's going to be a Legion expansion. I did not expect them both in one. I did not expect it to be
Emerald
nearly as good.
Dream.
The official Legion site is online, too.
I just hope they don't ruin it.
From what I've seen, they just haven't yet. It really does not look
Because the Draenor was supposed to look really awesome, and you see what happened with that.
Well, Draenor looked awesome, but at the same time, Jesse had a very good theory on this, and that was Draenor was just something to get to push us into this. They've been planning this for a while.
They needed a reason to get Gul'dan back.
Yeah, realistically. Because they did a cinematic trailer thing. It was a short one. It's only like 1 minute 43 seconds, but all it basically has is Gul'dan walks up to this crystal that's chained up and starts he puts his hand on it.
I know,
and,
I saw it.
Yeah, so you saw it.
And you see Illidan.
Yeah.
Yep.
Trapped inside the Illidari crystal.
Everything was for that moment.
Chances are that is the entire reason they did this. Like, ask Jesse, when they were showing that, I was going, no, because it was Illidan motherfucking Stormrage.
Yeah. Well, when the first time we ever did the quest line and we're freeing Gul'dan, was like, bad idea.
Oh yeah, everybody knew. The people
bad
in the
idea.
thing, the people in
Like, no, let's just leave it running.
No, this is honestly, I'm excited. I think my excitement really did die at the end of Warlords, and I'll be honest, it's like I kind of wanted to go out back to try the new raids, but now I'm gonna go back to get my freaking legendary ring and then just go from there.
I'm slowly working on it.
Yeah, I'm just it's just one of those things like the fact that it's all of this stuff. The fact that, no, and this is the big thing. For me, I was always disappointed we didn't get to wield the Ashbringer. Why didn't we get to wield the Ashbringer? Why didn't we get Frostmourne? Why didn't we get these things? And now we do. The fact that Ashbringer is a freaking weapon, and it's a customizable weapon. That's so cool. Like, I'm not sure if we talked about this much with you, Michelle, but so the way that the legendary or the new artifact weapon system works, you get your basic weapon form and you can change its color, and then you can unlock different forms of it, including like a better version of it, a more corrupted version of it. This is the Ashbringer they were talking about. You can get one that was like all lightningy and one that's all fiery, and so you could choose which one of those you want, and you can color them, and just that was fantastic. So, anyways. This is Jason Page, signing off. This has been a review of their new expansion, at least of their launch, for World of Warcraft Legion. And we will see you guys in the next video.